Oh my gosh. What have I gotten into? Hey, look at these paws. Look at the paws. He doesn't even purr when he's sitting on me. He's just jealous that I'm paying attention to his brother and not him. You're just pretending to like that, aren't you? And you're like, okay, maybe I will be a lap cat. Alright guys, welcome to 365 Things, my 365 episode project in releasing at least one item every day for the next 365 episodes. I'm gonna stop saying 365 days because it's clearly taken me, I guess, almost 3 months to make it to almost 30. We are almost at that elusive episode 30. Today is day number 29. As you can see, I'm sharing my 10 minutes of cleaning, set the timer, just focus on an area, and it's amazing how just chipping away at it, and it has to be for me every day. I don't know about any of you, but there's certain places where the things just accumulate, and for me, my desk is one of those places. I know that it's not fully functional yet. There's a lot of pens and a lot of books still on my desk, but when I find myself going to the desk to sit down and get things done, I know that it's in a more functional state, that I feel like I can actually get work done and studying and all of those really important things. With today being number 29, I wanted to release something. I kind of wanted it to be something a little different than shirts and books and shirts and books and more shirts and more books. Okay, so we are going to do a decluttering my fantasy self video. And this is one that I've kind of had in the back of my mind for a little bit of time. So some of you may or may not know, I am an avid knitter. Every day, like 365 days, I'm knitting. Even when it's July and it's sweating hot outside, I'm making something with my hands. So, over the years, I have accumulated a lot of needles and a lot of yarn. And I've gone through periods of time where I've reduced and released stuff, but I don't think I've ever actually purged my needles. So this is going to be as much as I can do here. Some of my knitting needles that I don't use as often or older sets are still at my mom's house, so I will have to eliminate those next time I go there. But I wanted to do this video for you guys and also for me to free myself. So first of all, I'm just gonna show you what I have. This is a bag that is full of yarn. As you can see, the size of my head compared to this bag. So this is something that I narrowed down to when I moved to where I live now. How am I gonna show this to you guys? Oh my gosh. What have I gotten into? Okay, so you see this big, massive bag. We're gonna go through that together. I also have, this is all of the needles that I need to, because they keep falling. This is all the needles that I need to go through. A lot of double pointed needles, a lot of long needles, a lot of bamboo. Let's start with the needles because they're a little easier. So about a year ago, I purchased this lovely set from, I don't know how to say it right, Chowgoo. So it is a set of interchangeable needles As you can see, there's quite a few in use right now. It goes from the size of like a sock yarn needle, a 2.75 millimeter, all the way up to a 10 millimeter. See the difference between these needles. Most of the projects that I do will range between those two sizes. Oh, this really doesn't focus very well. Yeah, most of the projects I do will range between those two sizes, which is a huge variety. So basically the only time that I can't use these is if I'm doing something that has to narrow very small, for those that are not familiar with knitting. And then this set, so I purchased this set, it had 10, okay, after I cleaned up that huge mess, because I didn't close the pocket here. So it came with 10 sets of needles, and for both sizes, 3 sets of these lengths. So this is the shortest one, so it's great for hats. And then this one, I don't remember the length on them. Oh yeah, I can tell you right here. 14 inch, 22 inch, and 30 inch. And I can actually like piece them together, so if I wanted to do something really big. So it's super functional. So basically everything in this tiny little pouch that is almost the exact same size as my iPad mini, which is kind of neat. So I purchased this about a year ago, and almost every single knitting project that I've done in the last year, I've used exclusively these needles. So what I want to do is eliminate all of the sets of needles that I just showed you that these do not fulfill the purpose of. And how I'm going to do that, so I know that I have sizes ranging from a 2.75 millimeter all the way up to a 10 millimeter. And I have this spectacular tool that I can basically check by just sticking the needles through the holes. And the biggest things for me to eliminate are all of these guys. And if they fit, then they go. And if any of you out there want knitting needles, shoot me a message. I will send them to you. You are welcome to my knitting needles. Some of them don't have the little bits on the end, and really if you have knitting needles and they don't match, there is no need to keep them. So this is a little bit more challenging. Okay, so I have a ton of these. Let's try not to make a huge mess again. I have a ton of the double pointed needles, and I really only need 1 set of each. I'm pretty sure every time I made a project, I'm like, I can't find the needles I need. I'm just gonna go buy more. Don't do that. Then you end up like me. This is a set of sock needles, and I've cleverly elastic them together so that they're not falling all over the place like pickup sticks. So these ones I will keep. All right, so this is a set of 4 7.5s. This is really tough. I'm still gonna end up with a lot of knitting needles. I clearly didn't plan this out very well. But at least I'll have them all matched up in sets, right? Oh my gosh. All right, so I have paired everything up in 2 sets, and honestly, I'm going to get rid of this set of 5 of these Lakewood size 13 or 9 millimeter needles, because they're really pointy on the ends and I find my fingers get really sore. So I'm going to get rid of these ones. So this is going along with this entire set of long needles. I'm going to get rid of these plastic ones because I had a set of 5 slightly smaller but bamboo, which I prefer. I do prefer the bamboo, and these ones don't poke me as much. So I'm gonna keep those. Okay. I'm doing this, guys. I'm narrowing it down. I'm so excited. Okay. I have this set of blue, which I think I'm actually gonna keep them over all of the metal ones because they're a good size. And they're kind of a good step between the sock needles, the tiny ones, and the wood ones I just showed you. So excited. Okay, I have these 2 sets that are almost identical. 3 sets of 4 needles each. I'm ready to let them go. These have been actually kicking around for a long time. I think I've had them, I don't know how long I've had them, but anyway, I'm gonna let these go. Feels good, narrowing down. Okay, so last thing I have, this is 3 different sets of bamboo that are all mismatched, and I know they're gonna turn up at some point, so I'm not gonna get rid of them just yet. So those will stay with us. Look at, I went from all of that stuff, and I've narrowed it down to just this tiny little handful that could almost fit inside that pouch. Very exciting. Okay, so I've eliminated the needles. So all of the needles I'm gonna get rid of are in this bag right here. And there will be more to come, but it's a good start. Okay, decluttering my fantasy self, my fantasy knitter self, part 2. Okay, so let's get through this. We have a big ball of cotton. We've got a whole bunch of these. I'm just going to kind of pull them out and I'll show you. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't even know what I'm gonna do here. Let's get rid of this. I haven't even opened it. It's all totally brand new. It's in the discard pile. This yarn, really scratchy. I don't like knitting with scratchy yarn. Done. Look how easy this is, so easy. No, it's not, it's super hard. This is pieces from a project I never finished. Toss it. I'm not gonna do anything with this. Guys, you wouldn't believe what I just found. So this paper bag, this came from Pearl in New York City, and I actually found yarn that I never even got to use. I think I wound this one into a ball and started stitching with it, and that was it. So this is one of the most amazing places on planet Earth. Wow. I had some of this gray, and I thought that all the gray I had was the 2 skeins together, and I have more. I'm so excited and ridiculous. This was in this bag. Can you believe it? Okay, so this is what's happening in here. So let's just dump out the whole thing. Okay, and I have an appointment. This is a good time to eliminate things when you have an appointment to go to, because then you have to do it really quickly and just get it over with. So I'm gonna give myself, I don't know, as much time as I have on this memory card, which is like 4 minutes. Okay, and this is all tangled up. So anything that I put back in this bag will be a keep, and everything else is going to get donated or given away. So this cotton stuff is actually really great for making around the house things like washcloths and cleaning rags, and they're pretty quick. So I am gonna keep all of this cotton and do something like that, and probably just make them and then give them away, and it gives me something to focus my energy on when I'm wanting to use my hands. Don't eat that. Don't eat it. Stop. Okay, so I have finished eliminating items. I didn't get rid of as many as I hoped to, but I will say that getting rid of this much is a bigger win than getting rid of a shirt. So I have some knitting needles, a whole bunch of knitting needles in the bottom, and some random yarns, mostly stuff that I know that I'm not going to use, either because of the color or the texture or the quantity that I have. I did keep quite a few out of this bag, but I know that most of them I'll be able to make something. One of the things that I really want to do is make hats and mittens and blankets and that type of thing that I can donate. And once I'm done my holiday knitting, I'm going to come back to projects like that. So most of this old yarn in here I'm going to be turning into something and giving it away eventually anyway. I just want to kind of, you know, put my efforts in and turn it into something. So that's what I have. It feels good to chip away at this bag for sure. It's no longer overflowing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my decluttering my fantasy self, my fantasy knitter self. I guess I'm still that self, but I guess the fantasy self aspect is thinking that I was gonna make a sweater out of something like this, because honestly all I make are simple things. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much. We're 29 episodes in, can you believe it? Next video, I'm going to be doing a recap of all of the items that I've gotten rid of, which is way more than 30 items. I'm excited to do a kind of final count on that. And looking forward to seeing you for the next 30 days. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.